We've all opened our Illuvitars now, but the time has come to do something with it, okay? And I know you guys have seen my odds video of what all the odds for the different Illuvials and things, Illuvitars and things like that are, but this time I'm going to show you it in a bit of a better format to help you make more informed decisions when you're searching through the marketplace for Illuvium Beyond. Now, I'm not going to tell you how you can make money, and maybe in the future we'll be able to talk about that sort of stuff a little bit, but today, I just want to give you a better breakdown of the odds for the different Illuvitars, how they kind of look matched up next to each other, because I've been following that Twitter bot that shows you all of the Illuvitars that are being purchased and things like that. And some of these prices seem really, really low. And I'm about to show you exactly what I'm talking about. So you can see here that for the standard disc and for the mega disc, I have now sorted everything and its percentage odds for the different things in a list, okay? I've fully listed it out. I'm going to look at a few things today, such as what it might look like if there's 1 million discs opened, right? That's what we're going to be looking at today. I don't actually expect 1 million discs to be purchased. I mean, it's definitely still possible, but there's a lot to consider here. And what I wanted to talk about was how they stacked up against each other, because I don't think some people are really evaluating the value between some of the different ones. For example, I'm seeing things like Geysers and Adorido sell for prices that I don't quite expect. Now I'm shooting myself in the foot a little bit here. I still need to grab me some of them, so don't pump up the price. But I do want to talk about some of this stuff because it's really, really fascinating. So as you can see here on the left, I have all the different Illuvitars. I'm going to quickly describe what my symbolism is. So for example, for Virtuous Floral Links, I have a C and then a C. That's just referring to a color print, the common expression. So no expression on it, the common expression. Color uncommon, color rare, and then holo common, uncommon, and rare. And that's just what that is. That is as simple as I can get into my thing. I'll get the real names and stuff kind of put in here at some point, but it's not really important for me right now. But what I'm going to do now, this is for the standard disc, remember. So it looks very different in the mega disc, but for the standard disc, this is kind of what it looks like. So if we look at it here, I'm going to show you the most rare Illuvitar. So if we go to the bottom quickly, I'll show you some of the other ones. Things like the Lynx, Atlas. See, Atlas uncommon expression is coming up at half the rate as a Lynx for the common expression. Kuka, Archie, and Atlas are all the same. Obviously, they're both tier 1, stage 1. You have Archie, Atlas, Kuka, Lynx. And then you even have like the Nimble Lynx is quite high up here, right? It's like the 10th one up maybe. Kukulus and Tianti are the same, obviously. And you got like Atlas, Archie, Kuka, and Axon, which are all about the same area in their rare expressions. Axon with the uncommon expression. But you can see how it really starts to stack a lot faster than you think. The rare expression for the tier 1 stage ones are actually more likely to occur, or the same likelihood to occur, as the uncommon expression for a stage 2, for the Axon, okay? That's how interesting this sort of information is. Now, it's interesting to me. I don't know if it's interesting to you guys. I like to think so, but we're going to keep going. And on the right here, I've got packs to open. So if you were to open 32 packs of a standard discs, there's a good chance that you would get a TNT in that. Atlas every 10 packs or so, which seems kind of weird. It seems like you're getting an Atlas every time, but if you average it out, it kind of looks like that. If you conflate Atlas, Archie, and Kuka all together, then it's 1 in 3 packs. That's where it starts to feel like you're getting the same stuff over and over. It's because if you conflate them all in the same batch, like, oh, I got one of those 3, then the odds are actually pretty high. If you couple links in with that, then pretty much 1 in 2 or close to that, you're getting one of those Illuvitars, which is really, really interesting. On the right here, I also have, if 100,000 discs were bought, then about 10,000 of each of these would be minted, 50,000 at 500k bought, and 100,000 at 1 million bought. So about 1 in 10, obviously. So as we start to get higher, it gets really interesting. Out of standard disc, for example, the Ramfire Holo Rare is at about 800,000 packs open. Now, if we're in a vacuum and mega discs don't exist, but I'll show you that in a second, so stick around. If mega discs didn't exist, then after about 1 million, 1 million standard discs were bought, then the rarest thing possible, the Ramfire Holo, that's with the rare expression, the Blazing Ramfire, would be opened maybe once. And that's what these odds start to look like. It's really, really interesting. So as you start going down, the Holo Rare Geyser is 275,000. Now I think that's the Blushing Geyser. I could be wrong, but I did see one of them sell for 7 ETH today. I think it was a Holo Blushing Alpha geyser. So that person is like the first person I've seen on that bot to actually value something relatively appropriately, like even a little bit. And whoever purchased that saw that as well, okay? So this is why I'm showing you guys this, is I want you to kind of understand if it's in your collection, if it's not, just kind of understand where these sort of sit in relation to one another. All right, you can see that the holo common Ramfire is still 1 in 130,000 packs, and we're not even at the 100,000 disc sport. Now, again, this is just standards. We're not at the 100,000 disc sport, but really only one of them might exist if that was the case. So keeping that in mind, guys, this is really, really interesting. The holo rare squiz, also really, really rare, 1 in 90,000. That is not an easy squiz to get. And then you've even got, so if we start to look at the non-holos, kind of where they are, even the rare expression for like Goliant, Adorido, and Geyser are in about 14K. This is non-holo, but it's pretty decent. And at 100K disc sport, there's about 7 of them that would exist. So really not many at all. Now, the mega discs are more important. And I like to looking at them in a vacuum is even more interesting, because there's more people buy mega discs than even if not. You want to base it more on the mega disc than the standard disc. So we'll take a look at these ones. Now, if I look, so a bunch of these Illuvitars just aren't obtainable. I ran all the numbers. I could be slightly off, so they might be slightly available. But things like non-holo for all of your really low tier stuff, your Kuka, Archie, Atlas, and things like that, the non-holo and non-rare expressions are pretty much impossible to find in the mega discs. If you find one, then my number's a little bit off, but I don't think they're possible because the background just doesn't give enough points. That's pretty much it. The holo rare Ramfire is 1 in 60,000. So if 100,000 mega discs were bought, we're not even close to that, then 2 of the most rare things possible could exist. At 1 million bought, still only about 17 of them could exist. So they're not one of ones, but they're pretty damn close as far as I'm concerned. So we can start to get more interesting. I want to look at some of the things that you could have. Things like if I jump down, so your common geyser that's holo, if 100,000 mega discs are bought, maybe 30 of them might exist, okay? Let me go through that one more time. The holo geyser with just a regular expression is so damn rare on the mega disc that if 100,000 discs are bought, or are more likely 300,000 to 400,000 discs are bought over the course of the sale, then maybe only 100 of them exist. That is not many geysers. That could be a lot of people's favorite Illuvitar. I don't know. I'm not going to assume to know that, but that's pretty crazy. So Adorido and Goliant are about the same, whereas maybe 100 of them could exist if 500,000 discs are bought. All right, I hope that makes sense to you guys. I'll scroll through some of these more if you want to pause it and have a look at them. They're pretty interesting. I'll share this with you guys if you want. If we get it to 150 likes, I'll share it to everyone. I'll put it in the description. But even just like the uncommon expression for Ramfire, with 100,000 mega disc bought, about 100 of them exist. So that seems like quite a lot. But this is the mega disc, so you never know. There's not going to be that many of them circulating around, especially that rare expression. If we go back up to that, maybe 30 of them exist. So not many at all. So I hope you guys enjoy this. I hope that makes sense. When you're looking at the marketplace, you're looking to sell your Illuvitars or not or whatever, consider you might want to wait a while, or you might have something really rare and that might be coveted to you. Just make your own decisions, manage your own risk accordingly. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys like Illuvitars. I'm having a lot of fun collecting them and putting them into my album. There will be a video coming out for that soon. If you want to check out another video of mine that is tailored just for you, go check it out in the corner over there. I keep pointing the wrong way. Have a good day, everyone.